Welcome to DVFG Kids Church Online. Tesla and I are back again to tell you the story about what happened from last Sunday. Now, what happened last Sunday? Do you remember, Tesla?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, what about you guys? Do you want to tell Tesla what happened last Sunday?
Yeah, we had a story about resurrection of Christ.
That's right. That's one of the best stories of all times. Now, Jesus resurrected. That means he rose up from the dead. He wasn't dead anymore. He wasn't there at the tomb. When Mary went to see Jesus, thinking that he died and he was there in the tomb, she couldn't find Jesus because he was alive. And she saw Jesus and she couldn't believe it. And that's why we celebrate Easter, because he's alive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, do you want to go on and see where our story leads on from there, Tesla?
Yeah.
But just before that, I know you've been itching to share your riddle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
Okay, guys. Oh, tough one this time, okay?
You always have the tough ones, Tesla.
Yeah, so here we go, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of tree do you carry in your hands always?
What kind of tree you carry in your hands?
Yeah, always.
We can't carry trees, Tesla. Trees are so heavy. I think your question is not right. Are you sure it's right? What kind of tree? Do you guys know?
I know.
Of course you know. Well,
Guys, give up.
Okay, I
You
give
give up,
up.
Tanya.
I know. Okay, I give up.
Yeah, taking storage time. It's a palm tree.
A palm tree.
Yeah.
That's so silly of you. But that's a good one, Tesla. You really have those hard riddles out there, huh?
I know. I'm
Yep.
so cool.
Oh yeah, talk about coolness. Today is what we're going to see something super cool that happened. Are you guys ready to dive in and see the story?
Why not? Yes.
Let's see. Going home. Jesus' friends were afraid, so they had been hiding in an upstairs room with the door bolted shut. But that didn't stop Jesus. He just walked straight through the wall. It's a ghost! Thomas screamed and hid under the table. But it wasn't a ghost. I'm hungry, Jesus said. What's for lunch? Peter gave him a fish. They all hung back and watched him eat it. This can't be, they were all telling themselves. It's impossible. It's not happening. But it was, right in front of them. Delicious! Jesus wiped his mouth with the back of his hand and grinned. Can a ghost do that? He winked. And then they all laughed. I'm really here, Jesus said. And he really was. Peter's heart leapt with joy and fell into Jesus' arms, hugging and kissing him. The friends ate together and chatted happily. And every now and then they'd just gaze at Jesus. Jesus had a real body, but this body was better. It had come through death and couldn't get sick or be killed again. This body would live forever. Jesus had come with a brand new body. Not only were sad things coming untrue, the friends realized they were becoming new again. Jesus said, I am the Savior and the rescuer of the world. And they knew because he couldn't stay dead. Because Jesus had come alive again, that somehow everything would be all right. A few days later, as Jesus walked together, he told his friends, It's time for me to go home to my Father. They all looked worried, and then they remembered what Jesus had told them before he died. There's a place for you, I'll get it ready. You know the way. Thomas had panicked. I don't know the way to get there. Yes, you do, Jesus said. I am the way, the truth, and the life. When at last they reached the top of the highest hill near Jerusalem, Jesus turned to them and said, Go everywhere and tell everyone the happy news. Tell them, I loved them so much that I died for them. It's the truth that overcomes the terrible lie. Suddenly, the whole sky was filled with a dazzling light. Now everyone can come home to God. Death is not the end of you. You can live forever with your Father in heaven because I have rescued the whole world. And something amazing happened. Jesus rose up into the bright air, higher and higher. They shaded their eyes and watched him go until a cloud hid Jesus so they couldn't see him anymore. They stood looking up into the sky like that for a long time.
Wow! Jesus just went up to heaven. Just like that. And he did some really cool stuff. He's cooler than me. Whoa!
Well, yeah, for sure. He's kind of cooler than you, Tesla. He really did some cool stuff. Now imagine, he washed the feet of his disciples, even Judas's, knowing that Judas was going to betray him. Remember, for 30 pieces of silver?
Yeah.
And he let when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he let the soldiers come and attack him.
Yeah.
And he could have easily fought them and he could have won that war right there, but he let them do it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he died on the cross for you and for me. He really didn't have to do that, but remember, it was his God and his rescue mission for us, and that is pretty amazing of what he had done. But something really cool was that he didn't just he died on the cross and he wasn't there on the tomb anymore because he was alive. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
But I agree, this was even more cooler. He went right into the heavens. Right, just like that. Just like that. I know, that was amazing, right? Suddenly, two men, shining, appeared to them. What are you doing? They asked. Jesus had gone up to heaven, but one day he will come back. In the same way you saw him leave, from heaven and from the sky. Jesus' friends went back to Jerusalem with a gladness inside their heart, and something Jesus said that stuck in their mind. Because Jesus said, even though you won't be able to see me anymore, I will never leave you. No, not never. I will be with you. Yes, always and forever. But how can Jesus be with us and leave us at the same time? They wondered. They didn't understand. No, but they soon would. So Tesla, now I have a question for you. Now, what should the disciples do now that Jesus is gone? What do you think the disciples should do? What did the angels tell them?
Of course, it's now they should get busy telling others about Jesus so that they will be ready when Jesus comes back. I want to be ready now.
That's awesome, Tesla. You are a good listener. That's right. That's what Jesus told us. He told us now we have to do the same things that the disciples were asked to do. They were asked to go tell everyone about Jesus and what Jesus had done and how it changes their life. Now, and that's what we are supposed to do, you and me. It was not just for the disciples, Tesla. It was for each and every one of us. We have to go tell our friends. Now, remember last Sunday when you were telling us how you're going to share about the Easter message to your friends. Did you get any chance to do that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's good job, Tesla. Now that's what you need to do, not just during this time, not just when it's Easter or just about Easter. You have to do that all the time. Tell everyone about Jesus, your friends, your neighbors, your cousins, your relatives, your friends. And it doesn't matter if you're in lockdown, you can think about creative ways to tell others about Jesus and what cool things he has done. And how amazing it is. Maybe you can do some fun craft sessions, or maybe you can just tell them about Jesus. There are so many ways that you could. Now, that's what we need to do. And who's told us that? Who's the boss?
Jesus.
That's right. Jesus
Go
told us.
tell unto the world, to the ends of the earth.
Ends of the earth. That's right. And everywhere we have to tell about what Jesus has done for us. And that's our mission together.
Woo, yes.
Hey guys, it was really fun doing our fun storytelling throughout this Easter series that began with the Last Supper all the way till his ascension. Remember, ascension just means going up to heaven, and it's a very fancy way, but that's what it means. And there's Tesla has been a very good friend of ours who was there with us throughout this Easter series. Thank you, Tesla, for being my helper and being an awesome listener.
You're welcome, and it was fun.
Yes, it was. Now, you guys, as our Easter series is about to finish, in fact, today is our last week for our Easter series. We will go on. We will go on to other lessons and see what has happened after Jesus went up to heaven. You will see that next Sunday. But remember about the memory verse challenge that you had to do all the way from Romans 8, and that began from verse 28 to 35, and different classes had different levels that they had to do. Now this is your last week to come up with your videos. You can tell your mamas and papas to post in your videos of the memory verses that you've learned, and post it in so that we see how amazingly you've learned the memory verse. And you can do it with your actions or without your actions. You can sing a song, you can do the craft, and how you've learned your memory verse. Share, tell, let us know, and let us have fun doing this challenge, and let's see who does it really nice. Okay? Now see you, and hope you have a good Sunday and hope you have a good week. Bye bye.